I want to start this video off by saying two things. Firstly, a disclaimer, this is not a Minecraft video, this is a video for me to talk to you, but I'm just playing Minecraft in the background because it's like a good way to get your hands moving. And the second thing I want to say is that I'm not making this video to like blow up or go viral or like to get attention or whatever. I'm making this video because I think that there's value that you can take out of this video. I think that for a certain demographic of viewers, which I hope you are, which is people who have these dreams, who have these like goals, people who have these things in mind that they're struggling to reach, and it's not that they haven't taken the first step, because my last video was about taking the first step and that was my first video on this channel. But this video is more of like people who've taken that first step and then they just keep failing. So they give up and then they look back at all their failures and they're like, should I even do this? Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe it's not as easy as it seems. Like, maybe I should quit. And they give up. They give up after putting like all these first steps, all these efforts, and then they find something new. But I want to make this video about not giving up. Okay, kind of not giving up and staying in that process of continuously. So you're continuously continuing, continuously continuing, even though you're not seeing progress. Like, okay, I'm gonna be fully honest. My first video, 0 views in 2 weeks, 0 impressions. If you know what impressions are, those are like how many times YouTube shows your video, like the thumbnail to someone and gives them the chance to click it. 0. So basically, I had no chance for anyone to see it, except my 2 alt accounts. So hey, that was pretty good. But listen, this video isn't just for YouTube, obviously. This video is for everything. Like, I'm talking about anything in life. Not even just social media, not like Instagram, TikTok. I'm talking about anything. I'm talking about school, work, like the things you're passionate about. Like, maybe it could be drawing, maybe it could be singing, maybe it could be dancing, maybe it could be acting. Like, I don't know. It's really about what you are passionate about, what you've been trying. Like, maybe it's like some business. Like, I mean, there's so many things that people these days like are trying out because they're passionate, or because they want to earn something or make something of themselves, or like, or be proud of themselves, and they're trying and they're failing because it's not working. And if you're at the point where you're trying, that is an amazing thing, because the thing is, the first step is the hardest step. Like I said it in my last video, the first step is the hardest step. And if you're getting past that first step, that means you have the ability to make it all the way. Like, there's this game, Getting Over It, okay? I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it. It's like this game where you climb a mountain with, you know what? I reckon we should play Getting Over It for this video. I think this is a good time to play Getting Over It, okay? I think this is a good time to play Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. But, okay, in that game, there's this one section that a lot of people get stuck on. I'll pull the game up and show it. But there's this one section that a lot of people get stuck on. But the thing is, that's like the first step to me. Like, if you can make it past that first step, and I noticed that when I played through the game as well, if you can make it past that one first step, it's not really the first, but like, it's like early in the game. If you can make it past that first step, then even though it's so hard to make it to the top still, it is so hard. Like, that first step is not difficult. I'm gonna be honest, that first step is relatively very easy when you get into some of the later game things. But if you can complete that first step, like, you can beat the rest of the game, even though it's harder. And it's like, yes, you'll fall. Yes, you'll have these setbacks. Yes, you'll go like in the wrong way. So like, what I'm trying to say is, if you've beat that first step, you're at a point where a lot of people aren't. Like, you're already ahead of so many people and you don't even realize it. Look, like, just now, you know this tree back here? It took me about, okay, I'm gonna be honest, this tree wasn't that hard, but I've heard it has taken people some time, just because the controls are so new. And the thing is, the start, this stuff, even on my first try, it was easy. This stuff, I easily did this, to be honest. Like, and it's similar. Like, when you start something, you're gonna do a lot of easy stuff. Like, whether this be the researching, whether this be the planning, like all this theoretical stuff that's not that hard to do. Okay? And then you're gonna reach this hurdle. This hurdle is a slippery slope, okay? This is like, this is a slippery slope. This specific box is a slope. It's very slippery, and you'll lose grip. And I think this is a metaphor of when you have to turn your planning into how you want to approach the gym, when you have to turn your planning into how you're going to approach your work or your school, when you're planning how you're going to start your channel, when you're planning how you're going to start making videos, when you're doing research into how to go viral, when you're doing research into what makes a successful business, when you're learning how to like sing or act. Like, this is the turning the theory, which is easy, but then there comes this slippery area where you kind of have to convert that theory into practice. And a lot of people, while trying to climb up, they'll like accidentally come near the edge of falling down. They'll start giving up. Like, they'll be climbing and then they'll be like, oh, and they'll fall. They'll give up. The thing is, they're not starting again with that previous knowledge. But when you give up on something and you try something new, yes, that's okay. It's okay to try something new and see, like, if you genuinely think something's not working out for you, or it's not like something that you would want to do, then that's okay. It's fully fine to start over. Like, this process isn't one of the hard processes. But the thing is, if you're passionate about something, like if you're truly passionate about something, instead of letting go and instead of giving up just because you failed time and time again, to like convert this theory, this learning into practice, doesn't mean you should give up and try something new. Because when you give up, you're also giving up on all that prior knowledge, and you're not really maintaining that learning with you. But eventually you will find that if you keep trying to convert your ideas into reality, eventually it'll work. This hurdle, like, this is called Hell's Elevator, I think. But the first time I did it, I think this was the point where I quit the game. Okay? But when I was younger, I played this game and I could make it up to here, but I never made it past this point as a kid. I never was able to get past this area. No matter how hard I tried, no matter how much time I put in, I was never able to do that simple thing to get up. I was never able to get up on this rock and then bring myself up here. And I think the fact that even after you do complete that very difficult part, you can still fall. You can still fall. Even up, that's the first time I've fallen from that in my life. But you can still fall even after completing the hard parts. And I think that's trying to say that if you get too complacent after seeing small victories, after seeing small successes, which is easy, like if you are someone who is disciplined enough to keep going after failing time and time again, after seeing zero results, after seeing nothing change, if you're one of those people that can keep going even after they are seeing no results, when you start to see these small results, like, and I can speak from my own experience, I had this YouTube channel, not this one, but an old one, where I saw like practically no results. Definitely more than I'm seeing on this one though. But I did keep going, and I saw results. I was like chasing those results. Then I was like, oh, I'm getting boosted. Oh, I can keep making videos. I got motivated. I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep making videos now. But the thing was, I ended up feeling worse with these new videos, even though they were performing better than my initial videos. Okay. Like, I was getting like this much, okay, initially, and I was like not upset about it because I was disciplined. I was like, okay, I can keep growing this. I can keep going. And then I got like this big boost. I got like 100, 200, 300 views. And then from there on, my next video, it didn't get 300, 400, 1000. But it also wasn't getting like those small 1, 2, 3, 10 views. It got like it got like 100 views. Like, that's okay. But I was disappointed and demotivated, even though it was doing better than those initial videos. So my expectations had risen because of that success I faced, rather than me being happy that my video, like, initially I would have been ecstatic if my first few videos, not even my first few, but if I was growing at a constant rate, if I was growing at a constant rate, even just a linear line, I would have been happy consistently, because when you go on a linear line, you know what to expect, you know what's coming. You're always going to be happy because you're always growing. But the thing is, that's just not how life works. Like, life, it's like these exponential curves. Like, you want to start at the bottom for like a year even. Okay, I don't want to say that and jinx myself. Okay, you start at the bottom for like a month, let's say. You go on for a month. Then you have a massive spike just out of nowhere. Then you fall back down to the bottom for like a week. Have a small spike. And then you go into the negative. Somehow you're worse off than before. You go like up, down, up, down. It's not even... I won't lie. Usually process curves are exponential in the fact that the start is the hardest, and the more you go, the better you get. And then it kind of keeps getting better and better. Of course, there is a plateau, but it does really, like, it gets better and better and better the longer you go. But you also need to keep in mind that there's always these random occurrences, these random factors that impact you in a way that you're not always going to be growing. Like, you'll often face downfalls as well. Like, you're not going to be able to consistently stay winning, I guess is the word. So it can be demotivating if you're seeing success and then that success is taken away. Like, not all of it, but a portion of it is taken away. But you get to keep, like, okay, in my case, I got to keep the like 50 subscribers I got from that video, who now watch all my constant videos. So it's like, even though you'll be a bit disappointed that that success wasn't sustainable, you'll realize that you are taking something out of it. So rather than giving up because you can't reach that success anymore, it's not something you should think about. I wanna say something that'll help you guys instead of just yapping. Okay? So what I wanna say is, you've done well. And if you haven't, then just check out my other video about how to start. But if you're at a point where you're like giving up because you're not seeing results, you've done well. Like, you've done well. And I want you to know that everyone feels that way. Every single person who's tried taking it has felt like they are not making progress. When you see these people who get quick so fast, like when you see these YouTubers that blow up, when you see these musicians who seem like they came out of nowhere, the truth of the matter is that they aren't coming out of nowhere. The reality is they've had years and years and years of practice with other projects. Like, maybe they weren't working for themselves at that point, but they have experience within that field, just not for themselves, which is why they're able to so quickly do exactly what they need to do. It's not that they just gain that success overnight. And look, you'll see the speed jump for this game. It's 1 minute, okay? Someone beat this game in 1 minute. The first time I played it, I think it took me 4 hours, okay? The person who beat it in 1 minute, I know they didn't beat it in 1 minute on their first time. I know their first attempt at this game, they took 4 hours as well. 3 hours, 2 hours, whatever it was. They failed thousands of times. That's not even exaggerating. They played the game thousands of times to get where they are at the skill level they are. And that's just how life works. Like, people say talent matters. People say that talent is a key thing. But the truth is, talent is such a small determiner. Like, talent changes this much. Nothing. Talent only matters at the very beginning. Talent matters at the beginning. And the further you go, the less talent matters. Like, even in extreme cases like basketball, where you need to be a certain height, there are still short players. Like, it's not like you need to be 7 feet to make it in. Like, you can still find a way. It's not impossible. There is nothing stopping you from doing what you want to do. And it's like these singers that maybe they suck. Like, honestly, maybe they suck. You could go to their first video or their first song, and then you could go to their most recent, and you'd see such a big difference. And do you think that they're telling themselves, like, oh my god, this sucks. Yes, they probably did. They were probably self-aware enough to be like, okay, I am horrible at this, and maybe I don't have the talent right now, but I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna learn on the way. Yes, they didn't think of themselves as perfect. They didn't see themselves as perfect. I'm not talking about those big singers. I'm talking about like just small underground artists, like just, you know, like it's not that it's not that they started at the level they're at. No one does. No one does, okay? And no one listened to their music, okay? No one gave a shit about them. No one listened for months, for years. But they kept going even when no one was watching. They kept pushing forward because look, that's the only way. That's the truth. The only way to succeed is to keep going after you fail. And if you really like something, if you're truly passionate about something and you fail, just keep going. Just keep trying. Cuz one thing I've realized in my life is that I've always gotten everything I wanted. And I don't mean that in a spoiled way. I don't mean like I buy whatever I want. I mean everything I've wanted at one point in my life, maybe a younger time. Like everything I've had in the back of my mind that I wanted to do one day, it's ended up happening. I always wanted to drive a car, and now I can, because now I'm old enough. Like, I just had to wait the time. And I always wanted to. Okay, let me think of a good example. I always wanted to. Okay, even when I was a kid, like, I had my YouTube channel, like, a cheeky 80 subscribers. I was posting Mario videos, like, playing. Like, I would film it with my phone. I would take a video of my DSi back in the day. Like, I'm pretty sure those videos are from, like, 2015, 2014. So that's like 10 years ago. I've had this dream of creating content since I was so young. And I never lost that dream. I never gave up on it. And although there were times in my life where I felt like I couldn't do it, I felt like it just wasn't for me. And I felt like it was too much effort. It was too hard. It wasn't realistic. Like it was nothing more than a dream at some points. But at other points, it became reality. And it's becoming reality again. Deep down, the content I wanted to make was this type of content. Personal content aimed at a personal level with the real me in it. With the real me speaking, the real me explaining, the real me talking. I didn't want to hide myself. Like, this is always the content that I've dreamed of making. And the fact that even if I'm not getting any viewers, even if I'm not seeing any success, I'm happy because I'm doing what I want. And the thing is, one day, no matter what anyone says, one day I'm going to get viewers. Okay? If I keep going, I'm going to get viewers. That's just how it works. Just like how if I keep playing this game, no matter what anyone says, no matter if anyone says it's too hard, it's impossible, no matter if anyone says like I'm not good enough to beat it, one day I'm gonna do it, okay? No matter what. Because this game isn't made to be impossible, it's made to be beaten. It's made to be challenging. It's made to be something you can complete and something that gets easier the more you do it. And the same goes with anything in life, really. Anything. Because the truth is, you can't fail. You can't really ever fail. What I'm trying to say is, you can't ever actually face failure because any failure you face is all just temporary. It's all just in your head. And it's not that you're necessarily doing something wrong. There's also a thing where, like, you'll learn from your mistakes. But when you do face these failures time and time again, you'll start to learn. It's not just from feedback you learn, it's also like the personal feedback in your head. The more you do something, the better you'll get at it. Okay, anyway, I promise you, I'm promising you, okay? Human to human, keep trying, you're gonna keep getting better. And even if you don't think there's anything more you can improve, there is. Trust me, there is. And it's all like a game. It's like a game of chance, okay? Every time you try, there's a predetermined chance that you succeed, okay? And that chance could be as low as like 0.0000001%. That chance could be as high as like 80%. There's no limit, okay? The chance can be any chance, and it's realistically it's very, very hard to predict that chance. But the higher quality what you're doing is, the higher chance you have to succeed. And an example of this is social media, right? You'll see a bunch of high quality videos, and then every now and then you'll see a low quality video that succeeds as well. And that's because they got lucky, and even the people that post high quality videos, they got lucky as well. But the reason you'll see such a small amount of lower quality videos compared to high quality videos, even though more low quality videos are being posted every day, is because those high quality videos had a chance. But you have to keep in mind, the way to post those high quality videos and enhance your chance is by learning, and you learn by posting low quality videos. So it's like, it's a win-win. You post low quality video, you see no success, you don't get lucky, then you improve your quality for the next video. You have a high chance, but you still see no success, you improve your quality again. You see no success, next video, high quality, no success, next video, high quality, some success. And it keeps going up, and your quality improves, and your success rate improves, and you try more. You attempt this thing that you're failing more. And when you attempt it more, like, just think about it. If I gave you a dice and I said, okay, if you roll a 6, then I'll give you $100. You're rolling that dice as many times as you can. You're not just gonna roll it once or twice and be like, oh, I didn't get a 6. I guess I'm never gonna get a 6. Okay? Or you roll it even 7 times and you get like a bit unlucky and you're like, okay, this isn't for me. Rolling dice isn't my thing. Someone else has mastered the technique of rolling the dice, and I don't think it's cut out for me, so I'm not gonna do it anymore and I'm gonna give up. You realize how stupid that sounds? Because it sounds like stupid. That's a simplified way of thinking about how life really is. Because truth be told, that is how it goes. Like, whether you believe it or not, whether you see it or not, the reality is, it's not exaggerated. You can't fail if you just keep trying. I know I didn't really go into like methods exactly, like methods you can do to keep motivated, methods you can do to stay disciplined. But I hope that this video was more of a reality check, or more of a way to, a sign, you could even say. I want this video to be a sign to people that have passed the first step, to people that really have that potential. Because look, anyone can say they're gonna do something, but it is really hard to actually turn that something into practice, which is what the target audience for this video has done. And look, I'm not trying to shame you if you haven't beat that first step, because again, I have made videos, like my first video, you can check it out, was about how to convince yourself to take that first step. And yeah, but like, you should be proud, and it's gonna feel impossible. The next step is gonna feel impossible. But if you just keep putting faith in it, if you keep believing that it can happen, if you keep believing in yourself, and you keep doing what you're passionate about, instead of giving up because you're not seeing success, then I promise you, success will find its way to you. Okay? Success will come to you rather than you chasing it. Because like a game, life rewards you for putting in consistent hard work. Life rewards you for not giving up. It rewards you for continuing to play even when you're not seeing progress. I can't lie, I'm gonna stop the video here. Enjoy, have a good day, good luck with your journeys, all that. Please subscribe if you're watching this, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment down below and let me know what I could improve for next time. And also leave a like and subscribe. And oh no, oh no, whatever. And join the Discord. I don't have a Discord, but low-key just leave a message in the YouTube comments and I will reply.